Most people think they want to be happy. But if you watch what they actually choose, what they really want is safety. They want predictability. They want things to feel contained. They want to know what tomorrow roughly looks like. And that makes sense. Uncertainty is uncomfortable. The problem is, a life built around safety starts to feel quiet in a way that isn't peaceful. It feels muted, like something in you isn't being used. You don't usually pick the job that excites you. You pick the one that feels responsible. You don't usually choose the path that feels honest. You choose the one that won't raise questions. You don't choose what lights you up. You choose what won't disrupt your life. And slowly, your world becomes stable, organized, manageable, and very small. Nobody tells you this part. Safety and aliveness pull in opposite directions. Not forever, not in every season, but in the beginning, almost always. Anything that actually grows you feels awkward at first, feels exposing, feels uncertain, feels easy to talk yourself out of. Safety never asks much from you. It mostly asks you to stay the same. So without realizing it, you start designing your life around minimizing discomfort, not maximizing meaning. You start asking, what makes the most sense, instead of, what feels true to me? A safe life isn't wrong, but it can slowly turn into a life where you're functioning, not living. You can be stable and still feel empty. You can be responsible and still feel misused. You can do everything right and still feel like something is off. Most people don't feel depressed. They feel underused. Not bored, not lazy. Underused. You weren't built for comfort as a final destination. You were built to grow, to struggle a little, to figure things out, to change. But growth introduces risk. Risk threatens safety. So most people unconsciously choose safety and call it being realistic. Here's the uncomfortable part. You already know what feels true for you. You already know what you keep pushing away. You already know what you'd explore if fear wasn't in charge. Let me ask you something. If nothing bad could happen, what would you try? Not in 5 years. Not when you're ready. Now. Whatever came up, that wasn't random. You don't need to blow up your life. You don't need to quit everything. You don't need a dramatic reinvention. But you do need to start noticing where you're choosing safety over honesty. Because every time you ignore what feels true, you teach yourself that your inner voice isn't important. And over time, you stop listening. Eventually, you stop asking what you want. You start asking what's acceptable, what's reasonable, what won't cause friction. That's how people slowly disappear inside lives that look fine from the outside. A meaningful life is rarely a completely safe one, and a completely safe life is rarely a deeply meaningful one. So maybe the question isn't, how do I become happy? Maybe it's, what am I willing to risk to feel alive again?